Hey, Geeky Pastimes here, and today I'm going to be showing you how to get the third week's worth of intel for Call of Duty Warzone. So if you go into your missions and then go over to intel, you can see there's a new one there called Hidden Cargo. And interestingly, unlike Hunting the Enemy and Fractured, where they had 7 pieces of intel to pick up, and actually they only had 6 because the last bit's just given to you, this one only has 6, so there's only 5 pieces to pick up. So as always, make sure you select it, so press the confirm button when you're looking at it, and then if you press triangle or Y or whatever to view the intel, you can see it. And this one you can see there is really high up, and that is on the train station Cupola, so I'll show you where that is in game. You go back out, I would do this always in plunder, it's so much easier. So, as ever, the first piece of intel is always the busy one, the one that you're more likely to have to fight for. So it's down on train station and it's right at the very top of that peak. So if I show you now, so I don't have to do it while I'm fighting, it's right just up there. Okay, that's the place that you saw in the picture. So I would suggest on your flight path, hopefully you'll get one that goes kind of near it. You want to be about 700 meters before you jump. Now, whenever the new intel releases, there's always going to be a bit of a rush to get this first one. The others normally aren't too bad. You can see there's somebody. You can see it there. It's just here. So you can press collect intel. And there you go, intel collected. So once you've got that message in the top right, you can quit out of the game and then just go get the next piece. So once you're back in the menus, you can go back over and make sure you do this between every single one. Go to missions, go to intel. See there, it's picked up the first one. So now the second one says cargo may have arrived via ports of entry. And if you look at that, it says 7:30, derailed in Urzikstan, cargo missing, check ports of entry, start at the cranes. So we're going to be going to the cranes for the docks for this one. So again, go back into plunder and we'll get the second piece. So the second piece of intel is at the top of this crane in the middle. So you can see it there on the map. Right near the bottom of docks at the port. And you want to go right the way to this cabin at the top of it. So if you go in here, we'll scoot around. And you see there it says collect intel. And you've actually got like a teddy bear and a bolt and stuff like that there as well. So go in here, press square. Wait a second. And then it says intel collected, so that's the second piece done. Then you can quit out of this game because you can only get 1 piece per game. So again, once you've got that piece of intel, you can go over to challenges, go to missions, go have a look at your intel, make sure you do this between every single one. You can see there, now we're on 3 out of 6, and it says someone was paid off to keep an area clear. Now this one's a little bit more confusing from that picture because that doesn't look like somewhere in Verdansk. If you look at this, it says NE Gardar crate storage, 6 across, 586 deep, keep clear, and that's tied to a bundle of money. So go into plunder and we'll find this one. So this is the third piece of intel, and you can see it's just in these containers in here. You can see that sort of horseshoe shape where someone else is actually going fairly close to it, but I don't think they're doing the same thing as me. So if you drop in here, drop down, you can see there's like this little campsite type bit here. Then press square as always, collect intel. Wait for the ghost bit to come up in the top, intel collected. And this is just here, so you can see in port, just in this little bit where the containers make a kind of horseshoe shape. Just there. Okay. Then you can back out and go into your next game. Now, as always, you want to go back over to challenges, go to missions, select missions, go to intel, go to hidden cargo, and you can see we're on 4 out of 6 now. Then you look at the bottom, it says there was an inspection scheduled at the port. Now, if you view intel, you can see here there's like a crate, and that looks like the bit from Vacant, and it says inspection, what's that, the 18th of December 2019 at 0900. So that's where we're going to be looking for that bit that's like Vacant. So go back into plunder and we'll find the next piece. So this next one is down in the bit of the map that's kind of vacant in the multiplayer game. So you see this kind of shed, got the yellow stripe along it. If you go around to the front of it, you can just run in, run all the way to the back down to the office. And in the office there's a laptop, and that's the intel. So you press square and you will collect the intel. And again, you can see up there the little ghost message saying that you've collected it. Once you've got that, you should be safe to leave the game and get ready for the last piece. So again, once you're back into the menu, you can go over to challenges, go to missions, go to intel, go down to hidden cargo, and you can see we're on 5 out of 6 now, which is actually the last one. And it just says the cargo is headed to WHP site. And if you view intel, you can see here the cargo manifest. So it's going to the ridgeline northeast of Stadium, and we're looking for container 3380N, it says, but we're not actually looking for a container, even though there's a picture of a container at Vacant there, which is near where we were just looking. So head back into plunder, and then we'll get the last piece. So this is the last piece of intel for week 3. If you look just where that marker is, we're at the WHP camp. We're sort of directly north of the stadium, really. You can see it there on the map. Then we're upstairs in this building. We've got the tents and everything. You've got this big building here. Head inside. Go upstairs, and then just down here you'll see the circle sort of floating in the air for this filing cabinet that's been knocked over, and it says collect intel. So again, press square on it, wait a second or two, and you should get the ghost message at the top letting you know you've got that last piece. This is the last piece for week 3, but we'll go look at the other piece of intel in the menu now. So once you're back in the menu, you can go back over to challenges, go to missions, intel, and you can see now hidden cargo is completed. And if you look at the bottom, it says the last one, Mara gave a debrief after the port attack. It's 6 out of 6, and this is a bit of intel that you don't actually have to pick up. It just gives it to you. You can view the intel, and there's an after action report or a big picture of Mara for some reason. The timeline all looks like it's locked, and it says the report arrived at pickup location for Chem Bio container, but it was long gone. Interesting, it says Chem Bio, that this isn't a nuke thing. Someone got to it before we did. Soon after we arrived, Lieutenant Davidson informed me that enemy signatures were near our position, and then all hell broke loose. After multiple casualties from the initial attack, I ordered my team to break contact. We were pursued by the enemy, who bore allegiance and coalition markings. 6 of my team were killed in action by the time it was over. The old wounds never healed, but these are fresh cuts. Coalition allegiance fighting their own sides. How did it come to this? The only loyalty is to the operator next to you, if there is one. Davidson, killed in action, was repairing the UAV we recovered from the airport attack. That links back to the first week. We need someone to take over for him. And that's the end. So, thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed that. I hope that was helpful. If you want to see us do things like this over on Twitch, please check us out. It's Geeky Pastimes on Twitch. And I'll see you soon. Goodbye.